currently I'm serving as a chaplain with the Air Force, volunteer with Civil Air Patrol, Lieutenant Colonel. In National Guard, I was Sergeant First Class, Division Operations Sergeant, 49th Division, Artillery.
Wow, you've got a very esteemed resume. So let me ask you first, tell me the story about, how you decided to go into the service and how old you were and how that was for you.
Well, I was born on a farm, so hunting was in my background, and lived in San Francisco and was in the ROTC for 2 years. Moved back with my grandmother, and there was no ROTC there. So our friend says, well, let's go join the National Guard. Well, they were 17, but I was 16. Still had 4 months to go, but signed up. My grandmother signed me off, and I went forward. Back then we didn't have basics, so it was just, here's a rifle kit.
Was that hard for you at 16?
Yes and no, because sometimes they came and got me for the first couple months to make sure that I showed up.
How did it affect you? How did it change you serving our country? I mean, that's a pretty ripe young age at that time.
Well, I am a sheepdog, and I'm a protector, and I bleed red, white, and blue. So it was easy for me to do that, but the way it's affected me is that I'm always protecting. I'm at the ready. They say the National Guard never sleeps. Well, I don't sleep.
How do you feel about the VA? And from what I'm reading is they're always saying no to you.
Well, that's kind of a challenge. I didn't even know that I was eligible for benefits till 10 years ago. So 50 years of no benefits. Chief Master Sergeant said you should go down and check it out. So I did, but it took me 2 years just to get tinnitus and sleep apnea. And now I'm getting denied again, not sure why.
Is it frustrating?
Yes.
And they've given you no reason why you're getting these denials?
No, it took 4 months and they said, well, you get to keep the 10%, but we don't think you qualify for 30%.
Well, how did you find VetComm?
We go to church together and met Kate, and she said, we're doing this program. Why don't you try it out? We'll see. She said, we know that we can help you do better than what you're getting. So,
how has it been dealing with VetComm?
It's great. Whenever I question, Kate answers the phone immediately. Calling into the office, they're very helpful in getting the paperwork and advancing.
What would you recommend to other veterans?
I would just say, get on the program. See what is available for you. Most of us don't even know things are available. And that there is, if you're the 1% of the 1% of served your country, you deserve the benefits. So just get out there and sign up and let someone help you. It's almost impossible to do it yourself. I went into the American Legion and they didn't even file the papers for me. So 6 months later, I'm wondering what's going on, and they said, oh, nobody filed the papers.
You think veterans should be treated better in that regard?
Absolutely. I mean, we signed a pledge, a blank check for our life. We've served, and many of them are much more injured than I am. People die, for our country. We need to treat them better. We shouldn't need tunnels for towers. We should just take care of them, period.